Hello everyone, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Kingdom Battle Across Time, Maximal Grimlock, and Autobot Mirage.
T-Man 978, Chill Review.
Alright, here is the box right here. It's cool, you get that artwork. Yada yada yada, you get Dinobot right there. Starscream and some pterodactyls. Are we gonna get Pterosaur? I hope. That would be nice so we can get all the Predacons from Season 1. But that's a preview of what you're gonna be seeing in alt mode. If you're interested in how these guys come packaged, here it is. Everything's in the front. Nothing's hidden in the back besides their backpacks. In which case, this is the only one that has one. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna make this just a straight up review of these two figures. Do not expect me to go into extensive comparisons and whatnot. We're looking at these two characters right here. This is a Voyager class repaint. Only thing retooled is the head of Dinobot that we previously got. I haven't looked at the original Grimlock, Maximal Grimlock toy in a minute. But as you can see, it has the painted shiny green eyes right there. And it looks more like Grimlock, mostly probably the comic book version of him from G1. But yeah, he has the same weapons that Dinobot had, where he has the sword, but now it's white. And he has the tail shield thingy that he used. He didn't use it. Dinobot rotated his hands around to make this spin around. So, yeah. To me, this is a character I didn't necessarily want. I wanted an Earth move version of Mirage right there. But this isn't too bad, to be honest. The colors, about the only thing throws it off in this mode is all the random bronze down there on the legs. But things seem to come together better. Full disclosure, I have not transformed him into a dinosaur yet. And I'm not going to be showing his transformation in this video. I'm going to put a link to Dinobot in my description. And if I don't have that link on there, look Transformers Kingdom Dinobot Chill Review up and you will see my transformation. I'd go in both directions. This guy I will be doing the transformation because even though it does share similarities with the Siege version of Mirage, there are everything's different from pretty much the waist up is like all new sculpt. Like nothing's the same. And even in the legs, there are some differences. But you've seen what that looks like. Let me do the articulation. Head is on a ball joint. So you can get all this side to side and rotate. You get this. You get this. You get that. You get a rotation in the bicep. You get a 90-degree bend right there. The hand rotates. And then without the weapon in there, you can make this do this and that do that. So he has a bunch of wrists out and in and whatnot. Just the hands look weird. They look like a foot that closes together, which is cartoon accurate for Dinobot, since, like I said, Grimlock wasn't on the cartoon. You get this rotation there. It looks less just big and bulky for some reason to me. Maybe because of the way the colors come together. But that can kick up more than 90. Kick back a little bit. The joints are crazy tight. Crazy, unnecessarily tight in certain areas. Get this bend right there. You get, I thought it was a swivel over the knee, but it's not. It's just that swivel. And I do have this QC issue with the paints bleeding right there. I think this is regular plastic, so I should be able to wipe that off with some alcohol. You get the ankle pivot, and the foot does rock back and forward a little tiny bit. And the heel goes in separately, and it has a port right there. And he has a stand port right there and a port right there. if you want to put these weapons on his back, you have that option right there. But outside of that head, this is completely Dinobot. There is no reason for me to show that transformation, like I said. Well, let's get to Mirage. Mirage, his chest is molded differently. I believe the head is different. It looks a little bit more cartoony, tiny bit. He has the same weapons, but they're cast in this just plain old gray. There's no paint on the missile launcher or the missile, unfortunately. And that hollowness right there in the missile, just, I'm not gonna lie, that's unfortunate. He has paint on his thighs because this is blue plastic, so they paint it all the way around besides right there for some reason. And yeah, I like him. And as you can see, I'm using his ab crunch, which I don't know if it's supposed to be official ab crunch, but it's there. They put it right in that daggone spot so you can use it. So I'm going to use it. And you might have noticed where I had that missile. He doesn't have any ports in his shoulder. Unfortunate. But he does have this port there. It doesn't go all the way in, but you can keep it there and give off the illusion that he actually has it on his shoulder. But you have this articulation, this articulation. The head is on a ball joint that moves a little bit. And depending on how you have this tabbed, you can untab that and make him look up a little bit, but that lifts up, unfortunately. And this right here, it's a whole bunch of cheat articulation with this. If you unplug that, you can swivel this around to get somewhat of a butterfly and move back, but you have that peg and you have this sticking out. Depending on how you have it posed, you might not notice it in pictures and whatnot. I showed that ab crunch. You can swivel here. Oh yeah, the bicep swivel and the elbow bends that much, nothing in the wrist. You can kick up that much, kick back that much, kick out to the side, swivel right here, and then you have the knees. Now, all of his joints are tight as well, and sometimes when you have tight joints but then other connection points are not tight, you can have like things separate while you're moving. Like, I'm bending this or trying to bend this, but this is stiff as crap because this joint right here is very tight, probably due to the paint in between the plastic. You can rock the toe forward, rock it back, but you have this kibble behind the toe, and he does have somewhat of an ankle pivot right there. And he has ports under his arm, so you can put the missile launcher other places as you see fit. This port in his back is bigger than 5mm. I definitely tried to put this there, but that's loose. That is very loose right there, which is unfortunate. You could go ahead and port this here if you wanted to. Give him a big rifle, but this doesn't fit anywhere when you do that. So there's that. You could peg it into his leg while it's not in use, or put it onto his hand. It would have been nice or cool if they had some type of port in the back of his hand, and you could put it on his hand like a I don't know, like a missile launcher in his hand or something. End of the day, as far as these two figures in the set, I like Mirage more. He seems more functional as a fully fleshed out robot than this, as far as the way things articulate, the way he looks aesthetically. He doesn't have feet for hands that look kind of weird holding the weird weapons that he comes with. He actually has a gun. And I like that. Also, the Siege version of Mirage has like some semblance of what could be ab crunch, but they didn't go all the way with it. and he has like a big huge bar sticking out the back, but this actually works as ab crunch. So I like this more. I just don't like the fact that he doesn't have a port on his shoulder for the missile launcher. That is very, very much unfortunate. Here they are next to their size class comparisons. Wreck-Gar is like twice the weight of this Dinobot, of this Grimlock somehow. The Grimlock does feel very, very light. Like, shockingly light. When I was taking him out the box, I had this in my hand, and I was like, wow, I can barely tell that this is in my hand. If I wasn't looking at it, I might not even know it's in my hand. That's how light it is. It feels like a cheese puff. And, yeah, this feels about how it should feel. And you can see they're roughly the same height. And let's bring side swipe out here. No, yeah, roughly the same height. Alright, let's get Grimlock out of the way, and then I'm going to come back to the Mirage Transformation. I wish that they put this mold right here into the oven a little bit longer to come up with something that looked a little bit better in alt mode. Just, even though this is more cohesive and all white paint and whatnot, and in pictures, didn't bug me as much. It just still looks weird, like you just have a dinosaur coming out of a robot. That's what this looks like to me. Like, there's no getting around that. It's just like, it's so just there, protruding in front of his shoulders. And I just don't like the way it looks. And then the, hey, you big Philly freaking hands right here. That, they could have done something better. I don't care what y'all say. And I don't know what's up with the dinosaurs or robots with teeth can't have a front row of teeth. You can easily pinch your hand on the side teeth as much as you can pinch it on the front teeth. But it looks like a repaint of Dinobot, because that's what the original Beast Wars Grimlock looked like. And if I didn't mention this, which I know I didn't, in the original Beast Wars toy line, they had Grimlock reprogrammed or remade into a Maximal Velociraptor, and it was supposed to be the actual Grimlock. I guess somehow his spark must have been remade into a Maximal, and then he would have, if they would have decided to put him in the show, he would have taken this form right here, which is way lesser than what he used to be. So I don't know how that will work out. They actually had a comic book with this character in there, I believe, but I can't remember how his personality was. Maybe he was a whole different person in the future. But as it stands with this color scheme, besides the gold in the front, just like in the robot mode, I think it comes together a little bit more cohesively in certain respects, but not totally. Once you look at this thing, if you keep them off into the distance, it might be alright a little bit. And this background and the white people or white figures that I have in the background probably aren't helping with you being able to see this. Let me turn up the light. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't like this dinosaur mode. I can't even pretend. Here's what it looks like next to Transmutate here, who I have been neglecting to review. It looks like he's in front of her, but he's not. So that will be a more spot on view of it. Transformation from Mirage. Oh boy. The steps to get there are easy. It's just the tolerances, and towards the end, some of the pieces don't want to clip together well. But the first thing I'm going to do is push the hands up into the cavity right there till they can't go anymore. I'm going to lift this up off of there, lift this up off of here, leave it like that for now. I'm going to bring the wheels from his back to the front. I'm going to rock that forward which dislodges it from this position that it was in. Kind of get it like that. And then we're going to open this up and flip the head beyond where it feels like it wants to stop. Keep pushing it until it's flush right there with this, which will also allow you, and look at that sculpting right there, it will allow you to pre-peg that right here. Now we can start on the legs. The legs need to come out like this. Well, actually, yeah, that's correct. Come out like this on both sides. But now we need to kind of swing this armature up. We might as well bring that into that position while we're at it. And bring this up to here, which kind of like forces you to force it over this plastic right here, which I don't like. And we can bring this out, and this feels like you're breaking it. I guess it keeps it up instead of flopping, but I don't know, it feels like I'm breaking it every single time. This over here, same deal. I'm gonna turn it this way so you can see this move right here. But basically bring that up, but before we get it all the way up, we need to rotate this out that way. This one was a little bit better. But now we need to bring it up higher over this and just get it up so that we can peg this together, which does not want to peg together. I can't imagine what I'm doing wrong, and this right here needs to overlap right there. Well, get that overlapped, try to have this as pegged together as much as you can. It wants to keep separating, but basically rotate this up, bring that down, and rotate this to be like that. Lift this up, rotate this down, bring it down like this, and rotate this like this. And now we can peg these together, but now we need to force these together. At this point in the video, there are two tabs right here. I neglect to mention that you need to put the tab on the inside of the blue part over here. It doesn't matter, it doesn't make things stick together well. And here, like I said, this does not want to stay pegged. We need to get that as pegged tight together as possible, because we need these arms to come down over top of this groove right here. And basically, the arms seem to be what's holding the entire guard together, which is not ideal, at least on my copy. Somebody else's copy probably is magical, and I'm gonna hear in the comments, "Oh, mine didn't have that problem. You got some bad QC." But I'm sure that can happen. But I like to do voices like that. Indulge me. But now it's together. It's an indie racer, and it looks a little tiny bit different than a lot different. The spoiler looks more like a spoiler. The engine or the intakes or whatever are right there. It actually has a cockpit. It doesn't have any seat detail, and you do not see the fake chest hanging out on the back of the car. They actually made this engine detail transform out of nowhere when you flip in the head. It would have been nice if that was painted, but I guess you can paint it yourself. You do not see this in robot mode. You can make all that silver right there if you want it. It rolls. And you could take these weapons, port it there, and port it here. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that nice? Isn't it awesome? But there you go. And maybe I need a car. Yay me! Don't I? Something was already a car. Here you go with this. Another Earth vehicle. And he is slightly longer if I were to stand him straight up like this. Yep. but he is still a deluxe class, and he comes with 2 more extra weapons than these guys came with, which is a problem for me in that review that I did. But I like it. It comes together a lot better than this dinosaur thingy. So that's good. And this, just like the Grimlock, you'll have trouble pegging that together. It wants to pop open, but it seems on my copy I can actually get it shut on both sides. That's just better than Dinobot. But it rolls, it looks like it should, so can't complain too much. I like his robot mode. Like I said, the only thing about the robot mode I didn't like really is the lack of the shoulder thing, and it would have been nice to have wrist rotation. But outside of that, it's cool. I like that it's painted in certain areas. I love that it has an ab crunch and whatnot. And I love that it has the weapons that he is known for. If you have Siege Mirage, you can actually have the black launcher right here. Or maybe you can paint this black yourself. It's like do it yourself nowadays. But anywho, reverse transformation. I'm going to pop this up. Separate this and separate this. Lift this and this whole panel right there up so that it can be looking like this. Lift this whole panel up. We can kind of swing it out to the side for now. Go ahead and separate this right here. This is difficult, to be honest, for me. I'm gonna move this kind of back like that to get it ready, but getting this armature out, for whatever reason, it's like just wants to fight me. But now that we have that out, we can move this back, rotate the foot back, and bring that forward, and we can rotate the thigh into this direction. Start moving this way. You can move it all the way back since it's not blocked by this leg. And now we can move this armature out, bring the foot down, and lift all this into position. Rotate that. Now we can detach this, flip the head all the way up, plug this back into place. And now we can bend this and rotate this forward until it gets down like that. And kind of force this down. There's no real clear peg. It's like a little round thing that sits into this slot right there. It doesn't really formally peg. Now we can move the wheels back here. Shut this onto the sides. Swing this to where the pointy things are, where the pegs are down. And go ahead and bring the arms out. This set is an Amazon exclusive. And I'm going to have an Amazon Associates link in the description. Any purchase that you make after clicking that link helps my channel out. So yeah, that's a full transparency type thing. So I also have a whole store where I curate a whole bunch of different figures that you might be interested in, like Transformers, Marvel Legends, McFarlane toys, the Fortnite figures that are coming out from Hasbro, the Victory Royale figures, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you might be interested in. Take a look at those lists. But if not, if you just want to be buying something off of Amazon, click that link. And like I said, anything you purchase after that helps out my channel. Thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should.